Okay, so now that I've turned off the lights, I can get more into the software. Okay, so HTC Sense is very simple. It's an overlay of the original version of Android. You got your applications, which takes you into a scrollable applications menu. You have your phone, which takes you into your phone. You have personalization, which takes you into a little menu where you can personalize. I like the way they've done it, which has changed the normal Android. I'm going to go through some of the personalizations. Number one, you have scene. Yes, I accidentally pressed wallpaper. Let me go back. Scene, which you got various scenes. HTC. I'm going to just zoom in a bit so you can see them. You got HTC social, work to, play, travel, and normal HTC Vodafone. I got the current version. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go back to this one, and something else you can customize in there is wallpaper. And as we all know, wallpaper, I'm just going to go through it briefly. HTC wallpapers, live wallpaper, let me zoom in on that a bit. HTC wallpapers, live wallpapers, and gallery. And I've downloaded this for HTC Sense 3.0. Let me just put that on at the moment. And you can also put widgets from this menu, apps, shortcuts, sound, which you can download from HTC Sense Hub, which I will go over as in this review. And something else which they've added, which is a really nice feature, is called skins. It takes you into this skin inventory, which you can download more. I've downloaded, I think, most of what you can. You got Music Lover, Chinese New Year, HTC Wood, which is, if you can just zoom in. Let me just get the light for you so you can see. Yeah, I think it looks better with lights, so I'm going to go continue on this review with lights. It has metal, which is what I have at the moment. I think it looks nice. Slate and just blackboard. So that's pretty much, and then you can get more from HTC, which I will go over later on. So that's pretty much the personalization. Okay, so let's get on with the review, with the software review. Some of you might be asking why I covered personalization first, because HTC Sense takes personalization to a whole new level. It blows me away. It's way nicer than the original Android and any other. So compared to any other software, TouchWiz, whatever you want, TouchWiz, LG, whatever they have, Sony, Ericsson, Timescape, HTC Sense just blows all of them out of the way. So enough of me yapping. I'm just gonna get straight into the other aspects of this review. Now let's get into the camera app, which is something probably 99.999% of you guys use. Let's just open it. It's a very nice UI, better than the original HTC Sense UI. You got the old HTC Sense camera, which I pretty much hated. I don't know if you've seen it on my other review of the HTC Legend, but it's really, really crappy. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just not what I expected for my phone. You see, it's not it's not crappy. But compared to this, it's just not nice. This is more, how can I say this, brushed. Unlike the iPhone is just very simple. It's very basic camera. You take a snapshot, it saves, it picks your focus mode, it picks all that, which is kind of alright, but I'd rather adjust the camera to myself. So this puts everything together perfectly. It's got the perfect brushed sleek UI. It's got a good camera. I'm not gonna bag about the camera. HTC doesn't have a good record for cameras, so I wouldn't expect anything very good from this. It's got a nice UI, it's got nice features. So I'm just gonna show you the features. You got camera to video. I'm gonna put on video for now. You got let me zoom in on this part. You got, let me just open this like this. You got flash, no auto flash, and flash, no flash, and auto flash. You got the camera shutter button, which also acts as a record button when you're in video mode. You got effects, which brings a little bar over here, distortion, vignette, and you got a lot of effects, especially for a phone, which is not that not something you see on nowadays. But hold on, what's this? Oh yeah, okay. So you can just, yeah. So anyways, you got that effect, and then you can also, let me just get the effects back up. You can also have vintage, and it's just a nice feature to the actual camera. So probably hide some of the camera's how can I say this, ungoodness, if that's a word. Anyways, so you also got takes you to the library. Now I did take a couple of snapshots which will be used in this preview. Other than that, it's just nice. It doesn't take it too over the limit, and it doesn't take it too simple, so it's just perfectly balanced. I'm just going to zoom out. And then of course when you go to video mode, you got flash on, flash off. You have same type of effects, you have same takes you back. And then something you guys maybe probably noticed is it doesn't got a zoom for video, which is not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing. Now my focus is getting wrecked. Okay, now it's better. You go, stop it. Okay, if you go menu, you got options which you can video quality, HD low resolution, HD 10 minutes, high 10 minutes, MMS low, high, whatever. I prefer you go HD because I've tried WVGA. It's really crappy. Image adjustments, you can just, you know, play around with the exposure and all that, which is something you might want to think about doing before you take a snapshot with this camera in particular. Review duration, I put no limit so I can review the video or the snapshot before I just let it go. You can record with audio, record without audio, shutter sound, which is when you take a snapshot, it takes it, and then you can just restore to default. I keep everything, I've put it on a certain custom, and I just like to keep it that way. This is another thing that you might want to use a lot. It's called white balance. I'm sorry to say, but if you don't play around with the white balance, you will have crappy shots, indoor and outdoor. So for outdoor you have to put daylight, or it will give you like washed out colors. And for indoor you have to put and for indoor you have to put incandescent or auto. You automatically adjust indoors. But outdoors, other than if you put fluorescent or daylight, it will just make it orange, which is not nice. So you have to put incandescent or fluorescent or auto, which pretty much doesn't make it bad. Cloudy, daylight, I reckon outside is a really nice feature, but indoors I think you should stay on auto. Anyways, so that's the camera UI. And just in case you missed it, I'm going to go back to the camera. I'm going to show you the zoom and zoom out. It's right there, and you can also use the volume rocker. I don't know if you can see, which is a nice thing when you're just using the menu buttons. So that was the camera UI. Now I'm just going to go through some of the interface, which is another thing I should have covered it from before, but I thought I'd leave it later on. You have a simple 6-7 page sliding. If you see where you are here, you have the leap, HTC leap, which takes you can leap from page to page. You have the standard array of buttons, as I mentioned. You can put widgets, and then once you slide down the taskbar, just get this down, you got this you got this, it takes you to the last 8 apps. It tells you what carrier you're on. I've put a battery widget, which hopefully will be in one of my reviews soon, for Android apps. By the way, I haven't been updating them because I don't know if you heard my voice, but I'm a bit sick, so I've been a bit tired in the last couple of days. Now let's go over the internet browser. Now I have installed Flash 10.3, so just in case you guys didn't know, and I'm not sure if you can actually turn it off, but most likely you can't. Let me just go to our website. By the time I get wait, let me just no space. People review. Sorry, I'm better typing with the keyboard. It's easier. As you can see, I'm not a very fast typer, but I can manage to type quite fast. As you can see, the keyboard is really nice, and something else I wanted to show you is the light up keyboard, how it lights up. Okay, now it's lit up. I'm just going to turn off the light so you guys can see. It lights up in the dark, which is really nice. And depending on your light situation, it will light using the light sensor. As you can see, now it's going to turn off. Wait for it. Turned off. So now there is a bit of flash content on our website. It's quite scrollable. It's not that hard to scroll, but it's very smooth, except when you have flash content on, which is quite laggy. Let me just zoom in. Now when you zoom in on flash content, something you might want to know is it does give you that oh, that never happened. Usually it would give me like a little lag, which is how can I say this, knowing that it has an 800 MHz processor is something you might want to consider before you get actually this phone, because it does give that, you know, lag. And it does have this nice feature I forgot to mention HTC put in it. It, like, I don't know if I get to a story, it auto aligns all the text into a small small column. I think it's in portrait mode and landscape. Now, just for flash so you can know how flash plays on this, I'm just gonna play this and show you how the flash is on this. Put the volume up for you guys.
Just came in the mail. Samsung Nexus is one of the biggest
and flash is quite smooth. I think you can just tap it and then you can expand it to full screen, and you can move the marker around, which is quite smooth. Not desktop experience, but you get to what you want and what you need fast. So I'm just gonna put the volume up. So I'm just gonna pause that, and I'm gonna get back into the browser. I'm gonna go through the options. You got menu, back, add bookmarks, windows, more. More takes you to this, which you can get shortcuts for. Find on page, text selection, page info, share page, downloads, history settings, and home. Home takes you to your home page, which is obviously in a web browser. Okay, so overall, judging the web browser, I'd give it around 8 out of 10. Knowing that the processor is a second generation HTC Qualcomm processor, which is Scorpion. It's quite fast.